What's going on, everybody? Well, we are back for another video, and we being me and little old Max Robert. And what we're gonna be doing today is on the front patio pond, we need to do some updates to it. So number one is we got to add some mechanical filtration. I added the biological filtration in the waterfall head, but today we need to add some mechanical filtration to take care of all of the organic matter that floats on top, such as dead bugs that don't get eaten, leaves, things like that. So we're going to be doing that, as well as we're going to upgrade the pond pump, which will give more flow out of the waterfall head. We will be hiding the hose for the waterfall head, as well as maybe adding some plants and things like that around the top. What I'd like you to do though, can you go ahead and comment below, what's the next fish I should get? Just anything. Just throw that in there. What is the next fish you think that I should get? Drop a comment below and let me know that now. Let's get into this today. So we're back here at the patio pond. So I've taken the stone off the top of the waterfall head. And the reason I've done that is because I want to show you guys that our biological filtration has already been set up. I removed some of the lava rock off top. You can see it, it's in the bag right here. But I just wanted to show you that inside of here, you have the lava rock. And essentially what happens is the pump feeds water through the line, up through the back of the waterfall head, out of this piece of PVC pipe that's down inside of here. What that allows the water to do is flow through this very porous rock and allows bacteria to colonize. So this is technically our biological filtration portion of this pump. Now with biological, you also need mechanical. Mechanical would start where your pump is. And that's what we're gonna build today, is the mechanical filtration, which will basically filter out all of this kind of stuff, maybe that kind of stuff. See the little twig? That pump is not going to be able to pump that through, and we definitely don't want that in our biological. So we are going to actually have the mechanical filtration get this stuff out first. So we'll start with the mechanical on the end where the pump is. We will move to the biological that is in the waterfall head, which this technically is a waterfall head, but what would you call this, Brenton? What kind of fall would that be? No, that would be a biofall. That's why they call them biofalls, is because it's doing biological filtration within the waterfall head. The concept of this mechanical filtration system is we're gonna take this little box right here and we're gonna cut a 1/2 inch slit all the way across the top right here. And then we're gonna tuck this up underneath the edge of the pond right here. The water will suck into the top through that slit, filtering out all of the debris and pushing it through the waterfall head. So let's get into this. Okay, so we have our slit for our skimmer cut. Now, the problem with this slit is that fish can actually swim through this. So what we're gonna do is this planting basket that you can buy at Home Depot for $1.47, we're actually gonna use this to protect the fish, but still allow debris to flow through. I'm gonna cut a strip of this larger than this, and then I'll show you how we'll attach it. We now have our slit that's just a little smaller than that. What we are going to do, I took the plastic, cut it a little larger, and then I used these little notches to kind of weave it in and out. And then tucking that in there, which keeps it in place without having to use glues or anything like that could be dangerous to the fish, and this will serve the purpose. We're at $1.99 for the actual tub, $1.47 for the flower basket that you can find at Home Depot. All right, we also went ahead and picked up a new pump. This is a larger pump which will actually give better flow out of the waterfall head. Here's the concept. So what we have is this little tote, and I have cut a notch out of the end of it for the cord for the new pump, which is up to a 300-gallon pump, which will give enough flow out of that waterfall head. I'm going to take this pump and I'm going to place this to the bottom portion like this. To stick to the bottom, we now have a pump inside of the box with an outlet. We need some filter media in here. This is just going to keep the pump protected from any major debris from entering into the pump itself. So I just picked up this regular old filter floss type stuff from the fish store, and I'm going to cut a big old hunk of this off. So I'm going to place pump back in here. We're going to place this filter media around the pump like this. So what this does is this gives enough room at the top of the box to catch all the junk with the water coming in through here, and let's get this thing in here. So we have the filter box where it needs to sit. We're gonna go ahead and plug the hose into it, as well as we're gonna hide the hose. But this thing is now in place, so let's see how it works. All right, well, we have the hose pretty much hid. We have the filter box in here. We have the lava rock back in there, so let's see what happens when we plug this thing in. So now we've essentially created a mechanical filtration system to attach to our biological fall in the front door pond. Now we're gonna get this thing back together with that filter box there. You can't even actually see it looking at it from this side. It is already sucking debris up inside of there. Everything in here is looking good. So let's get the waterfall head back together and then we'll get some plants around this thing. All right guys, well we got some plants for the front porch pond. I am a total like non-planty kind of person. So I did some research. I made sure that this stuff is safe for the fish. And the reason is in case it falls over into the water. There is one plant, which is this, it's called a caladium. This particular plant that's got the color is in fact toxic to fish, at least is what it says. So what we will do is make sure we plant that away where it cannot make it in the water and keep it trimmed back. But everything else should be fine. Okay, so we are back at the house. We have some plants. These are all low light plants that are actually gonna go around the waterfall head back here. Now I will tell you, I do not want any fertilizer runoff or anything like that. So I will be removing these plants in order to water them and care for them and then placing them back. So I'm gonna use some sort of a method, get these up here without a whole lot of work. Let's see how these things are gonna look. All right guys, well I got plants kind of placed up in here just for temporary. I'm gonna work with this and kind of spread them out throughout and things like that, but for right now they are back in the corner there. These are all, you know, semi-shade. I get sunlight up in this corner in the mornings for about 2 hours, 3 hours, and most of these are partly shade or they need sunlight for a couple hours a day, so they should be fine. But I will start messing around with this, maybe some different planters and things like that to put them in. But for now, I'm just gonna keep these guys alive and let them grow, and we'll see how that all turns out. So hopefully you like it, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. Brendan, what do you think about my new plant?
It's good. I think you should add a snapping turtle. I would add a snapping turtle, definitely.
All right, guys. Well, hopefully you have enjoyed today's video, and we're gonna do a little something different today. So for the outro today, we're not gonna take a look at my stuff. We're here at the Fanatic Farm, and we're gonna take a look around Brenton's house and see what he's got going on over here. The first thing is this beached koi, who is literally sitting here in the rocks underneath all of the waterfall because she's pregnant and laying eggs. And this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And then we have the male koi right there.
Guys, hi. Can you set the hose in the pond?
Oh, look at that. We got a hose. And we're gonna fill the pond up. Hoses in the pond. But down there, you notice, right there in the middle of the screen is the Oscar with the snub nose. And now we're filling the pond up. Like I said, we're here at Brenton's house and we're gonna take a look at all the stuff in the backyard, just so you guys can see, as Brenton dechlorinates the pond. All right, well, taking a look at, in case you guys didn't see, you know, Brenton and I built this duck pen. Well, mostly I built the duck pen last summer, and this thing is still standing. It's one of the only things that's still standing in the yard. We got the ducks, and like we went through like 6 iterations of ducks.
Oh my.
We have ducks, and we have a new duck. Look at that little duck. That's the duck we rescued from Nate's, and that duck and Waddles are best friend. Waddles, that duck right there, and these 2 ducks right here don't even get along. And then over here, we have Craig, and we have Steven, and we have Oreo, and we have Pickle Boots, and we have Russell, and Russell's over here just eating, and Russell's like, I'm getting out of here. What are you looking at, Craig? Why are you looking at me? So yeah, Chad and Waddles are like best friends though. Like, they are amazing together. Everybody loves each other. Everybody supports each other. You know, it's a community of good animals over here. Here's another thing that we built. This is a climbing step stool up into the goat tree house. And if you look here, the goats have completely destroyed all of the bark on this tree. And Steven's actually trying to figure out a way to actually get on the roof, and I'm sure that's gonna happen eventually, but we'll see what happens, how that goes. And coming over here, here are the Chickalickins.
They're not called Chickalickins, Chris.
What are they called then, Peggy?
Chickens.
Anyway, so we got the chickens over here. You know, Peggy is just acting like a baby in there. But we got the chickens. They're egg-laying chickens. They ain't laid any eggs yet.
Okay, so earlier in this video, you saw where Brenton shoved the hose under the fence and asked me to put it in there because he was going to fill it up. Well, about 30 minutes after that, I told him, hey, Brenton, you should really go check the pond and make sure that it's not overflowing. So about 30 minutes later, I was like, hey, did you ever turn the water on? And he's like, no, I need to go check it. Well, then an hour and a half goes by, and I walk outside just to check on everything, and this is what I find.
Where's all the water? Oh my God. We have a little bit of a situation back here. Oh, it's a snake.
I'm a snake.
Well, what we call this, ladies and gentlemen, is an infinity pond. I told Brenton that he needed to come check the water because he turned the water on like forever ago. And he's like, oh, it's fine. So I just walked out here to check on it because I didn't believe him. And as you can see, the pond is full. The backyard's full. Everything here at Brenton's is looking fantastic. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and hopefully you are enjoying the content. I asked you earlier on to comment below. Just comment and let me know, how's your day going today? Mine is pretty good. But with all of that, if you have not subscribed or you've not followed me on Instagram, please do that now. And hey, we will see you next time.